Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to a new video. Here with Aiden today. Say what up. Today we're just changing the cam belt on the RB25. And Aiden's gonna help me out. We're also gonna change the water pump as well and do the sump as well. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so this is the water pump that I've chosen. It's a GMB water pump, just for like a 25DET. Should be sweet. Freshen up this one's a bit dirty. Alright, so we just have to pull off the harmonic balancer to get behind this cover and reveal the tensioners and pulleys. Oh no. Alright, so we just had to go back to Aiden's to grab a different puller because the other one was a bit broken and bent and it wasn't working properly. So hopefully this one works good for us. Okay, so first we're just lining up that little ball there to this mark here on both sides. So that will give us our correct timing, and you do not want to do it at a time because it will just fuck the whole thing up. So not only do you want to line the top gears up, you also want to line the bottom one up as well, which is, as you can see, that little dot there lines up with that groove there. Sweet. Tension is off, just in case. You might want to keep that spring there if you ever do this, as you might need it. Belt's off. Boom. Now we're just going to take off that water pump and change it out. Water pump's out. Boom. Not too hard, just a few bolts around the edges and it just pops off. Now we're just going to clean everything up and make it all tidy, so when we put the fresh one in, it works nicely. Alright, so while the motor's out, I think I'm just going to change the thermostat at the same time, just because might as well keep it fresh. And I want it to be running good, I want it to be reliable, so change it while you can. Alright guys, as you can see, it's already looking a lot cleaner. Still real dirty, but a lot cleaner than it was before. Alright, so we got it clean as best we can, just letting it dry off a bit, and in the meantime we're taking off the sump and replacing the sump with Aiden's sump from his old car. It's got a bung welded in here, so the turbo drain will be down here instead of there. Just a way to make it drain a bit better. And now we've pulled off the sump, just here. Pretty yucky. And yeah, we're about to switch it out for that Aiden's old sump. Literally the same sump, just has a AN10 bung welded into it, so we can go turbo drain straight to the sump instead of draining to the block here, because on the DE motors it's a bit of an awkward spot draining like from the turbo down around this engine mount here to there. So we're just going to go from there straight down to here on this side. Super easy. We got the engine upside down now, just cleaning, scraping off all this sort of gunk here, so we can put the fresh sump on with the gasket maker and it will seal nicely. Alright, so I've scraped off all the gunk around the edge of the bottom of the block, and now Aiden and I are just wiping it a few times with terps just to make sure it's extra clean and that gasket maker is going to stick nicely, because you do not want a leaky sump. The fresh sump, literally the same thing, just has the bung welded in.
Yeah.
Nice. We're just using JB Weld red high temp RTV. Are we going to apply it onto the block or onto the sump?
Some.
Sweet guys, so the gasket's on, nice and even throughout the whole thing. Now we're just going to plump that on there.
Grab some bolts now.
Yo, alright, we got the sump on. All the bolts are in, not too tight, just a little bit like hand tight, just to allow the gasket to squeeze out the sides a bit. And then I'm gonna let that dry for about an hour and come back and then tighten the bolts up a little bit more. But it's looking good. That allows easy drain for the turbo, and hopefully that might fix my smoky turbo problem. Hold up, the top bit's bent a bit. Yo. Yo, water pump is on. Just loosely, just cleaning out all the bolts. Aiden's cleaned and chucked the bottom gear back on with the half moon. And we're just getting ready to put the belt back on with the tensioners. Sweet. Yo, water pump bolts are tight. Apart from these ones, just gotta tighten these ones up. That pulley's going on. Alright, so we just put the spring back in on the new tensioner, and then washers back onto the bolt. That's gonna go on like that, with the spring on top of that small bolt just there. Yo. Sweet, so now the tension's pretty much even on both sides, and when we turn it, it's all good. You don't want it too tight, like, or too loose, but I think that's, how do you reckon that's looking?
It just needs to be tight enough so it doesn't skip a teeth. Skip timing.
Yeah. Water pump's on, fresh cam belt's on. Now we just gotta put the harmonic balancer back on, and I think that's on the cover, and then we're pretty much good to go. And then after that, thermostat, and then motor goes back in the car. Alright, everything is assembled back onto the motor now. We got the fresh cam belt on, we got the CAS cover back on, we got the plastic cover, fresh water pump, cleaned up the alternator bracket, that's back on, harmonic balancer's back on. Sweet, so the fresh thermostat's in. Just clean up the edges, just like the sump, and same for on the piece here as well. And then we're going to use that same gasket, the red gasket maker, to put that on, and that's that pretty much done, and that's the last thing. So we chucked the fresh water pump in, the harmonic balancers back on, fresh cam belt, all done, ready to go back in the in the car now. All I need to do is do the hot side, so put the turbo back on, and then also put on all of these. There's like a pulley piece here, and then a power steering bracket to go back on. As you can see, I've blocked that plug back up again where the original turbo drain was, and now we're going to have our drain come down to here. So as you can see, turbo will be sitting there, drain straight down to there, nice and easy. Sweet, just want to say thanks to everyone for watching the vid. Hope you guys learned something if you've never put a water pump on or done a cam belt before. This is my first time doing both, so shout out to Aiden for helping me. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button down below for more content like this. Aiden and I are going to be working on RB25s and R34s for a while, and we're hoping to get some real cool driving footage for you guys coming soon. We've got a track day coming up in November, so that'll be exciting. Take the cars there. This is sort of our preparation journey up to there. But yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace.